Hello everyone, Margaret Bailey here. I don't really have a set topic for today's video. I don't really know what I'm doing. I'm kind of depressed. Several reasons, but broke and my anniversary is coming up and I don't know what to get my husband. I mean, I know what he would say, that I don't have to get him anything and I don't have to spend money on him, but of course I want to. I'm probably just gonna have to work some extra hours at my grandparents' house and make some money to get him something. Maybe, I don't know. He likes electronics, stuff for games and whatnot. Well, I guess we'll talk about depression today, since I'm kind of a little down in the dumps, depressed, and I haven't really talked about depression a whole lot. I've talked about my agoraphobia and anxiety because those are what I deal with every day. Depression isn't really an everyday thing for me anymore, and I believe that's a good thing. When I was a teenager, I was very depressed and very suicidal, and I didn't think that I would make it to 18, let alone 24. I'm 24 now. What I used to say was that if I made it to 18, or if I made it to 24, that I would just party like there was no tomorrow and probably die of a drug overdose. I used to say that because I didn't want to get old. I don't know. I have a really hard time understanding like my past self and why I felt the ways that I felt. And I don't know. I lived with my grandma at the time, and I would see how much medication she had to take every day just to like survive and be okay. And I'm really not good with taking medication. I forget too often. And I was like, I don't want to be old and take medications just to sustain my life. I don't want to go through that. I want to die young. And well, let me tell you, I don't want that anymore. I've seen too many of the of people that I've known die young from accidents or overdoses, or even some murders. I'm not very close with anyone who had overdosed or been murdered, but there were some people that I went to high school with. And it's sad. It's really sad. And, I'm married now, and I want to grow old with my husband. And that's a scary thought, now that I think about it. When I was a teenager, I didn't ever think about getting old, because I was like, that's not going to happen. I'm probably going to fizzle out and kill myself before then. And, well, I didn't. I'm still here. And I think one of the best ways to demonstrate what I'm talking about is to read a couple of entries from an old journal of mine. I've never been the kind of person to journal every day, like journal every thought every day. I guess you could say I'm pretty inconsistent. And that's one of the things I kind of don't like about myself, is that I have a hard time sticking with things, and I'm really trying to do that with this vlog, to keep up with it and not, just let it drift off like I have so many other things. Sorry for that interruption there. You may have noticed it kind of skipped out a little. Had somebody come in. Had to deal with that. Okay, so I'm going to read a couple of entries from this journal that I've had since like 2010. It says poetry and other random stuff. And here it says, oh, oops. Here it says, oh, wow, my angles are terrible. My book of poems and whatever else I decide to put in here. Yeah, that was, in 2010. My very first entry was October 15th, 2010. I guess that's kind of appropriate since it's October. Okay, I've already mentioned that this isn't like an everyday journal. Really what it is a bunch of depressing teen suicidal poetry. When I was really depressed, I would write things down, and it always seemed like the best way to get it out was through really dramatic, depressing poetry. And I would write, and sometimes things rhyme, sometimes don't. You know, we're always taught that poems don't have to rhyme. But this wasn't a poem, it was just an entry, the first entry in this book. October 15th, 2010. The first sight is pleasant, composed. The pain beneath the surface is not visible. The second look reveals a bit of oddity. The pain is hidden, but there may be some suspicions. Sorry. The mask falls as you get closer. The pain that lies underneath is now revealed. Now you see the full picture. She isn't as composed as she seems on the surface. You see death in her eyes, because she is dead inside. So, yeah, that's kind of an idea of what's in here. Just a dark, dramatic kind of writing. And, let's see. There's a lot of stuff in here I can't or won't read to you guys. It's full of really dark poetry, but some of it I actually wanted to get published, and I don't want anybody to steal my ideas, so I'm only reading the things that aren't poems. And this entry says, "There is nothing poetic about this." So I had to title it to show that it wasn't a poem, I suppose. This one doesn't have a date. I'm guessing it was probably 2014, 2015. There is nothing poetic about this. Sometimes I feel like I'm okay. I say I'm getting stronger, but that's a lie. I'm just getting more and more numb. I cut myself just to feel something sometimes. Sometimes I think I should get some help, but then I realize I really don't want it. Loved ones try to help, but don't know how, so they're forced to watch me fade. I'm breaking their hearts, but I can't help what I've become. I'm just a burden, so maybe now I should go. Just go. I'm slowly fading into nothing. Can't you tell I'm not all there? Everything in my mind is so fucked up. I don't know what to do with myself anymore. So there's that one. And, this one actually has a date. This one was January 3rd, 2017, and I titled it, Happy Fucking New Year. It actually starts out as a poem, but eventually I gave up on that, I guess. We all know the lies we tell, to keep it all inside. The masks we wear, the pain we try to hide. We all have our reasons. Fuck it. Fuck this poetic sorrow bullshit. I'm hurting. I'm sick of this fucking pain inside that never gets any better. It never gets any better. It may never get any better. Some people's lives are destined to suck. It's not my fault. Or is it? All my fault. My soul hurts so much. I just want it all to end. I can't even pretend to be tough anymore. I'm so tired, it never gets any easier. And I wrote that January 3rd, 2017. Almost 3 years ago, and I can tell you right now that it does get better. It definitely does. I didn't believe that at that age. I think I was 19, maybe? Maybe 19, maybe 20. I should know, but I'm terrible at math and I don't feel like doing that right now. So yeah, that was just to demonstrate how dark of a place I have been in before, and that I did pull myself out. I've had help, but sometimes I didn't have help. You know, it's a constant struggle with depression. Okay, sorry, I had another interruption. My husband just came home, so I am going to cut this short now. But yes, depression does get better. I know when you're in the depths of it, it feels like you can never pull yourself out, and you never will. And, you know, I'm not out completely. I still have, you know, today I woke up depressed, and I didn't want to make this video, you know, I didn't have anything to talk about. But, you know, look what happened. Something good came out of it. And I hope that this helps somebody. So, that's it for today. Have a good one, everybody.